What's going on, people? Welcome to Matic TV. There is only two of us here right now. Kino will hopefully be joining us as well. We're just going to do a quick video, just going over a few subjects, quite a few actually to get through. So we'll run through it as quick as we can. But obviously, we want to get comfy and settled in for the tie of the round, which is on at 8 o'clock tonight in Belgium and Portugal. We'll maybe talk about a bit of Bruno form as well involved in that and how much he needs a game tonight. Or will Belgium be putting him out and Bruno gets to put his feet up for a few weeks? We never know. I'm joined by my man Saeed. It is a dynamic duo. We've not done like a Ryan video for ages, mate, have we? Together? No. It's been weird, hasn't it? How's it going, mate? Anyway.
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Last time we did the videos, remember? Back in that studio we used to have in town, remember?
Oh God.
Little old Marty used to come along and press record for us.
That was it. God, man, that was weird, wasn't it, mate? It was just like thinking back to how it is now, and then what it was like back
StreamYard.
then.
Who would have thought StreamYard would be the place of call for everything, Zoom calls and everything. Oh man, just need back to reality, man. We need back to reality, eh?
That's it. Which isn't far away, people. You know what I mean? It's only going to be what the Euros finishes, and in a couple of weeks now, and then it's full on pre-season. Transfer window madness and everything going on. We will touch on the game coming up as well tonight and our interest in that, because Bruno is not starting the game again. So read into that what you want. United players not covering themselves in much glory so far in this tournament. The ones that we've seen, in Pogba, Lingard doing well. But everyone else, mate, we're not seeing enough of. One man we're not seeing enough of is Jadon Sancho. Even Fabrizio Romano's fed up of it, mate. His recent tweet is he's getting fed up of the whole saga himself. You've got Yannick Fjordtoft bantering Gary Neville about it. It is one big farce, mate. It is one big farce. There's rumours that it could happen this week, but honestly, mate, we're looking past it now, aren't we, surely?
Yeah, man. I think it'll come when the shirts come out. I don't know when the shirts come out, but surely it'll come out.
Yeah.
Literally, what would happen is we'll get the agreement maybe this week, next week, and then what will happen then is the shirts will come out. So maybe by the time the Euros finish, everything will be like signed. Because obviously when England come off training camp, then Sancho will go to Manchester. And then by the time they do all the photography, it's probably going to be mid-July. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's going to be one of them things where we have to wait for it. Man United never comes easy. I remember the Berbatov. I don't know if the young ones here know the Berbatov one, man. Bloody hell, that took a while as well. I think that was like deadline day, wasn't it, Berbatov?
It was. Mate, it was there was an hour to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Ferguson drove to the airport to pick him up because Tottenham had accepted a bid from City. Because City had just been taken over on transfer deadline day by Sheikh Mansour. And they went and bought Fabinho. Well, not Fabinho, Robinho, wasn't it?
Robinho, yeah. Robinho.
He thought he was signing for United. And he didn't know there was two teams in Manchester. It was the funniest thing ever.
Exactly.
Mark Hughes.
And then I remember Van Persie when I remember running down to Bridgewater. I remember, honestly, you should have seen it, mate. There was at least 1,000 United fans outside it, because you used to see all the players, even when Man City were making all them signings. Toure, and then we see Van Persie. It was about midnight. And I remember he was giving out flyers. I remember taking one of them flyers and getting to see Van Persie. Oh, my days, man. Unbelievable scene. So them days are over, but I just think now it's all technical. It's bonuses. It's that, them things that we never heard of in Sky Sport. That's why I always think that, are these super agents, are these kind of Fabrizio Romanos and all these good for football? Because when you look at it, you hear that on the traditional Sky Sports, right, agreed fee, right, he's in for a medical. Oh, we spotted him now. He's outside the training ground. And then boom, the signing was done. Now it's all about, this reporter wants to get the best news here, and this reporter wants to say, it's done deal. I'm like, just get it done. You know what I mean?
Do you know what? On that note, actually, mate, do you reckon Fabrizio Romano actually pays into getting this news first? You know what I mean? He's got over 3 million followers. And if he mentions an agent's name or mentions a certain, I don't know, mate. It's kind of weird how this guy all of a sudden, because he wasn't always there. I remember when it used to be Damasio, and he was top dog. And then Romano just crept in, and it was like he came from nowhere. Now he's like the guru. He's everywhere.
Exactly. Everywhere, mate. Tier 1 tier one news. You know what I mean? I don't know how much top dollar he plays for. If maybe he comes across as a nice guy where they think, you know what, he's a good guy to maybe relay the information on. But, you know, each to their own, and fair play to him. I remember when he was on about 100K followers, and then when he broke the Mbappe deal, oh my God, it went drum. You know, he leveled up. So fair play to him, innit?
That's it. Now he's getting paid by bleeding Instagram. God, the guy don't have to do his job, does he?
No. 20-minute interviews.
20-minute
interviews, and he's getting paid every single time, mate.
God, mate. Anyway, getting into, you mentioned it then, mate, nitty-gritty, add-on fees, clauses, everything like that that's involved in transfers these days. But one player that we have got in our squad that apparently is going to be on a pretty hefty bumper price hike in his wages is a Mr. Jessie Lingard, mate. I mean, I'm not looking too far into this as being the end, and this is United done and dusted. Because if it was thinking that we were signing Jessie to a contract, and you know what, this was our future, I'd be absolutely petrified. If it is that, then I am officially in the we are finished book. But I mean, how do you look into it, mate? Honestly, because Jessie Lingard under David Moyes, different animal, mate.
Different animal,
getting a contract, could that mean that we can get more money for him after what he's done? Does it mean we're signing a player onto stupid wages and then loaning him out again? How do you see this deal sort of breaking down? And which way do you think it would go if he does sign a deal, that is? Because it is reported still only at the moment, but all the main noises are that he is going to get 130 grand a week on a new deal, mate.
You know what, though? When you look at it, though, does it make sense? I think it does, you know, because when you look at it, how is Quad Matter at 33 getting 170 grand a week? And when he's been thinking, I'm in the prime of my career, I'm 28, how am I on less than Quad Matter, who hardly plays football? That's what he's probably thinking. So it's like, you know, it's like one of them things where, you know, like, and also he's thinking like, you know, I don't know if you've heard about it in Ozil, but apparently Arsenal, since he's left, have been playing his full wages at Fenerbahce. So he's probably thinking, if I can go for 130 grand a week, who tells me that West Ham will have that kind of money? I don't think West Ham will have that kind of money. So he's thinking, if I can get a big contract at Man United, then go out on loan, that parent club has to pay for your loan, has to pay for your wages.
And
so
something's organised in the deal, but like
exactly. So he's probably thinking, what's the best situation for me? Do I just sit on this move thinking, you know what, if I can get good games at Man United, I think, you know what, I can get in the English squad, because I didn't get in the English squad when I was playing my best football for West Ham for a while, mate. You know, we're talking about maybe 2018, Jessie Lingard, when he was scoring outside the box. You know what I mean? And doing all Wakanda celebrations and everything. You know, these were the kind of form. So if you look at it, he's thinking, why don't I go on this contract here? I'm still living a good wage. And then, you know what? If someone comes off form, I can get my chance in there. Because at the end of the day, football's all about chances. I think football nowadays isn't, oh, you know what? No matter what, mate, you know, I'm here just for the love of the football. Nowadays, players want wages now. It's high-end living. They're probably living in a Cheshire mansion. And he's thinking, wow, I've got to pay my chef. I've got to pay this person here. And by the time I've all got that, mate, I'm probably on about 60 grand a week or 70 grand a week. So it's I know it doesn't sound big problems, but maybe to them, high-end living, they might want to get more bigger wages. You don't know people's struggles, do you?
Mate, we don't know what the struggles are, but in terms of Jessie Lingard, I know my cousin's mate, who works in the high-end car sales showroom, so they sell prestige cars, certain ones at a certain level, and they have got Jessie Lingard's Rolls Royce there, mate. So maybe he's cashing in, mate. Maybe he's looking for a few bucks, get rid of everything. But my God, mate, it's like you said, 130 grand a week for a player who we know isn't going to kick a ball for the football club. It seems a little bit crazy to me, mate. It really does. And then I understand that. But then you go back into it and you look into more detail, you're thinking he's going to sign a player there, 130 grand a week, and is Ollie going to use him? Has Ollie got what it takes to get the most out of Lingard, like David Moyes did? And we slaughtered David Moyes, but he's done it.
Yeah,
he's managed to get him playing. So 130 grand a week and he stays, I start to worry, mate, because I know he's not going to play. And I'm thinking, Jesus, if you add that up, what Jessie Lingard's wage is, how much would that save us in a year and put onto a transfer next summer when we really need it?
I think he's now thought, you know what, I've had enough now, because Man United's wage structure is a joke. He's thinking Henderson, 120 grand a week. He's only come through the door. Mata, 160 grand a week. I think Martial's on 250. Someone said it there. David De Gea, his second choice. Well, I don't know if you know it, to what Ollie thinks, second choice keeper, 375 grand a week. Popper's going to get a new bumper contract. Probably Bruno. He's thinking, right, what's going on here, man? I might take advantage of this. Little bit of a contract merry-go-round going on here. You know what? I mean, let me go and see. Let me see if I can, you know when you used to say to yourself, you know what? If you don't ask, you don't get. And he's thinking, you know what? Let's go 120,000 a deal. I'll be like 1 year. I'll stick around, and then after that year, I'll be still on 120 grand a week, and maybe I might go find a football club at age 29, 30. You know, still got time left in his career. Probably got about 3 or 4 years left in his career. You know what? Let's try it. Because I just think the wage structure at Man United is a joke. And he's thinking, let me take advantage of this, because end of the day, nobody cares, does he? Nobody cares about wage. Phil Jones as well. 80 grand a week and haven't played football. So it's one of them. If they were cancelling contracts and terminating them and saying, right, no, we've got a wage structure here, then I think Jessie Lingard would say, right, let me see you later. But there's always that kind of like thought process where they can flirt around the situation of, you know what, that is tempting over there, you know. I can maybe get in there, you know. There's certain players not playing.
How I look at this, mate, I remember when I first started this channel and I did a vlog, a video, and I put it out and I was going mental at Jessie Lingard and Juan Mata's contract extensions. And you know what, mate? I was right, because we extended Juan Mata's contract and he has offered us from that contract date absolutely nothing, mate. He's come on and shone in the odd game, but this is what we're doing right now. This is the new Lingard deal right now. What is he going to do when he signs this contract for his football club?
Yeah, true.
It's not football related. It's ridiculous. I don't understand why we would be looking. I would just cash in on him now. Get rid of him. You can make a replacement. We've already got a replacement in the team. So it's not like we are going to have to go out and replace like-for-like positioning with Jessie Lingard. We've already got enough players to cover him. But this goes towards something else, mate. And obviously, like players like Camavinga now, who's been linked with us as well from Rennes. I don't watch an awful lot of French football. He's rated highly by certain people out there, but I don't know, mate. It does look like
what we need
into the mold. He's very young.
Yeah.
Right now, is that what we need? 18.
I know.
18.
He's a talent. He's an absolute talent. But again, you know, I think, listen, I'm not trying to compare him to players and whatnot and, you know, but again, is it something Man United need at this minute? You know, if you told me 2-3 more years of Camavinga in another team, I don't know. Let's say, for example, he stays at Rennes 2-3 more years and he goes there and plays his trade. And then we can say at 21, right, you know what, that's a player that we can get. But at 18, I think he's a quality player, even at his age. But I just think Man United just needs someone who can take the pressure. When you come at Man United, players fold, you know. Players fold.
Mate, you know, they come in, they curl up and die, mate. That's what they do.
There you go.
Career ending.
Know? Exactly. And I just feel like, for me, Donny van der Beek come in and I was like, what happened here? There were certain players that came in and just folded. And I just feel like sometimes, you know, can we get our choice? And is he going to be a starter? Is he going to displace McTominay and Fred? Is he going to displace, you know, a different midfield, Matic or someone that comes in? Is he going to displace him? I'm not sure, you know, and that's the problem. But again, is he Popper's replacement at 18? You know?
I know. This is what I mean. This is what people start thinking like. It's like Perry said there. But at the end of the day, say, mate, do you think that United are now scared that they won't be able to afford these players when they get to 21, when they've already started smashing it, like you said, that they have to go in now when it's cheap and just take a risk? Because we've got loads of them, mate. We've not only got our own youth team squad, we've now got the likes of Diallo, who went out. Apparently, we scouted well. He does look like a prospect. He really does look like he's got something. Yeah. But in another 2 or 3 years, would that have been 80 million for him? Is this what United are thinking?
Yeah. But again,
I mean, Jadon Sancho, I don't think we've been able to pull out of Jadon Sancho just through sheer embarrassment, mate, because it would have made the club look absolutely inept.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But 21 Sancho, Camavinga, I mean, 18 for him. Diallo, again, teenager. It seems to be a route we're going down, mate. I mean, if there's anyone who's coming in experienced, it does look like it's the likes of a Cavani who are on a free. And they're just trying to... It's a lot of pressure, like you said, mate, for young players to come in and change anything right now. He's only going to be at the club long enough to see the full potential of these young players. I don't think he is. A lot of in Premier League managers, mate, says no.
Yeah, and I think someone says there, Camavinga would be sent out on loan. You don't spend 70 million on Camavinga and put him out on loan, mate. I don't think Man United would do that. I think so for me, is there a genuine interest? Yes, but again, apparently the player wants to stay in Paris. He wants to stay in France. So I think we are still a long way to go. But again, I just look at Man United and I think, what are they trying to build? Because I always said, have Man United got time? This should have been done 10 years ago, 10 years ago. But they didn't do that. Or when they were buying Falcao, Di Maria, and all these players, and they were just going out spending, that was probably the time to close the gap. Fergie did it for 2 years when Chelsea were on top. He got them, he built them up, and he did it again. But Man United, I just think Liverpool and Man City and Chelsea, by the time we kind of look like we're gearing up and we're trying to build, how far away will they go? And that's my worry. And I feel like for me, I would go and buy players that are experienced. I can go in straight into the team. First teamers that will displace the McTominay and Freds, that will displace, certain players that are just maybe not good enough. Lingard and get a Maguire and a partner for Maguire, certain players that are going to go in there and say, I am going to take this position. The striker option, for example, he's going to go in there. I'm going to take this position off you. And that's the problem, mate, And Man United, are they thinking of that? Or, again, are they thinking about the future of the fans and thinking, what, who can we excite? The younger generation is what we want to excite, don't we? Not us. Because we'll go to the stadium no matter what, will we?
Apparently it's an entertainment business, isn't it? That's what it is, the United way, entertain the working class man. But again, don't change your substitution in the final of the first competition you've been in when you've been manager. But I'm saying no more about that. But going back to what we're saying there about Jesse Lingard, mate. I mean, I'm looking at that. You mentioned Donny van der Beek. If Jesse Lingard comes in, who goes in first, Van der Beek or Lingard, mate, when it comes to the pecking order?
This is a question again, you know what I mean? It's crazy, man. We've got so many options in that midfield, man. It's unbelievable. You would have to say Jesse Lingard because of the fact that he's Manchester born. You know what I mean? He's Manchester, he's local. You know what I mean? They'd probably say, he's got a bit more about him in terms of his, his endeavour. And it's poor old Donny van der Beek's going to have to build again after not making the Dutch squad, after not making, not being fit for major games and whatnot. These are the kind of questions you're probably asking. I'm thinking, is it again needed? This is a problem with Man United. They don't know what they're doing. It's almost as if we're going to throw in Sancho, but then we don't know what we're doing with Diallo, Greenwood. And it's like, how do we balance everything together? Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the right man to balance it? I'm not sure, because I looked at the final against Villarreal. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't get the substitutions right. So this is the kind of question we have to ask ourselves: is, can we get it right? And that's my worry, mate. I don't know we can. I don't know if we could do that.
This is it, mate. Because you look at that as it can he balance Donny van der Beek, and is this where the rumours of possibly the likes of Martial and Van der Beek being up for sale coming from? Because Lingard staying. I mean, it's a question for you now, mate. It's like you have Donny van der Beek, Jesse Lingard, and Anthony Martial, all forward players. On form, it's only Jesse Lingard, mate. But which one of them three would you see out the door first?
The thing is, though, can Man United afford to let go of these three with Cavani's injury record? I'm not sure. Can Man United afford to get rid of Donny van der Beek? Possibly, but that's for me. I wouldn't do that from a selfish point of view. I know we've got Bruno, but I don't know if Ole knows what he's about, Donny van der Beek. I don't know. I don't think he understands his qualities. I don't think he understands where he can fit him. So maybe in that sense, you'd probably say, right, if he's not going to be played, and we still have to see the best of him, then it would make sense to sell him. Even though for me, I wouldn't sell him anyway because I know his qualities and what he can bring to Man United. Jesse Lingard for me has to be sold just for the feel fact that Jesse Lingard's in football. Martial, how do you get rid of him? It's like, who can afford his wages? It's 250 grand a week there. You know, how much is he worth? Like, I put the question up to the people watching. I know there's a spammer in the chat, bloody hell, mate. But you know, I put the question out to the spammers. Maybe the spammers can ask us.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. I mean,
how much is he worth? How much is he worth?
Exactly,
that's what I'm saying to you. United don't know what they're worth. What can we get for him?
We just don't know, mate. We don't know what United's transfer policy is in terms of selling players because it never seems to work, mate. And I don't know. Jesse Lingard to me looks like a £25 million player right now with 1 year left on his deal. That's what I think.
Exactly. You know, and that's the reality.
How much more would you get for Martial and Donny van der Beek right now in the market, mate?
I know.
I think Lingard's got a bit of pull about him, hasn't he? Because he's been performing this season and he looks like he's got potential. Whereas I don't think Martial's value has gone up while being at Manchester United. That's the sad thing, mate. That's a sign.
Yeah, that's the reality. And then again, it's like, you know, the wages. Martial's probably thinking, I'm at Man United Football Club. You know, I think people don't realise how much of a club Man United is in terms of stature, status. You know, knowing that, wow, I've got to watch Martial because he might make the France squad. The people at home, you know, as a kind of a person who thinks, right, you know, my dignity. Some people just think, you know, Martial's thinking, if I drop down a level or if I drop to say on the team, will I be respected as a United fan? Because in Madrid, if you don't play well, mate, they give you the white handkerchief. They wave the right flags. You know,
it's not the same. Shit, mate, if you know.
Exactly. At Manchester, you know, I know people online will say what they want to say about players, but in the ground, mate, you'll always be backed. You'll always get applauded. You know, there's rare times where you get booed off the pitch. You know, it's always love and support, you know. So I just feel like, you know, he's probably thinking, you can't buy this, you know. Let me stay as long as I want. Maybe Ollie will leave. Maybe Mourinho, when he left, he thought, right, new lease of energy. Maybe players think, right, I stay no matter what because I've got a contract. But the manager knows if he doesn't pull his finger up and he doesn't say, you know what, if I don't perform, I could get sacked. Seen it with Lampard, didn't we? And he got sacked before the players. So it's a difficult one, isn't it? You know what I mean?
And that's it, mate. I mean, it's like we've said it many a times before, haven't we? When Tuchel came in, I said United's defence was better than Chelsea's, but he turned them into the Terminator defenders.
There you go.
And he ended up winning, getting to the 2 finals, winning 1, getting Champions League places from 9th in the league. A lot can be done with different tactics. We know that. But we're talking about the grass not being greener on the other side and the pressure that does come with Madrid, mate. But there's rumours now that Carlo Ancelotti's interested in Diogo Diallo as well, mate. So Diallo to Madrid could be on the cards. I don't know if he's got that. I mean, he had a very good season at Milan. And you know what, mate? Is this a player that there's money in and value in that United could actually use to their advantage here? Because I think, forget the likes of Trippier, if you were going to bring in a right back, I'd have just kept Diallo, honestly. But out of the 2, mate, would you send Diallo out, make money, or would you keep Brandon Williams right now, or sell Brandon Williams? Or send
I'd probably sell Brandon Williams.
Because looking at the way the talk is, the way the talk is, mate, it doesn't look like we've got enough to cover that right back position, especially with what we've got to find first in terms of the pecking order of priority. I think the right back, we can make room, I think we can make do. I think we've got enough, but people are saying Diallo linking up with Sancho may be good. It may be different. It may be better than what Wan-Bissaka can do.
Yeah, true.
I think Williams has to go out on loan. Diallo, if you can cash in on him, mate, I hate to say it because he's probably going to do good in them other countries. I just maybe think that we're the right club, but the wrong time for Diallo.
Wrong time, yeah, that's what I was going to say, that wrong club, wrong time. I think Diallo is one of them things where, you know, I think I've always kind of not rated him, but I looked at him at AC Milan I think maybe doesn't suit the physicality of the Premier League. You know, I just don't think he can do what he wants to do. You just can't bomb on forward when you want to, especially under the system. You know, it's quite. You know, Wan-Bissaka doesn't go forward all the time. You know, it's quite. You know, so I just look at maybe I'd load out Brandon Williams with a view to sell, and then maybe kind of keep maybe Diallo. But then again, we're looking at buying maybe, you know, Trippier. I just don't know what this club wants anymore. You know what I mean? What does this club want? I don't know, mate, and that's the reality.
That Trippier one sends shivers down my spine, mate.
Oh,
it's really
man.
I just think it's. I understand that if the guy was on an unbelievably cheap offer, cheap deal, you cannot turn down. And sometimes you go, you know what? Fair enough. I can see why, but 40 million, forget it. Absolutely forget it. That money can go elsewhere. That money can go into holding midfield or centre back easily.
Exactly, easily.
Because
but again, we're not doing that. We're getting Camavinga. You know what I mean? We're getting certain players that are just not really going to fit into our, you know, like, you know, this Sancho deal, get it over the line with. Get that over the line and get down to proper plumbing. DM, still no sign of a DM. You know, is that because Matic is still staying? Is that because, you know, McTominay and Fred have got their position sorted out? Is that the case? That's the worry for me, because at the end of the day, when you look at the Premier League right now, Aston Villa building their team. They've got a strong midfield. Certain teams, every midfield now in the Premier League isn't rubbish anymore. Back in the day, you used to have like Ras. We've got Scholes and Carrick here. We could dominate in midfield, but now you get outnumbered in there. Teams can outnumber you and then, you know, get the best out of you. So that's the worry for me. Or teams now play a low block and you need that one player to kind of unlock it. And it's difficult, really. So we have to get the balance right. Get Sancho over there with and get down to the real nitty-gritty, not Camavinga. For me, I like Camavinga, but is what Man United need? I'm not sure. I really am not sure.
I don't understand. I know a manager and any manager would see himself in a current position long term. But if you had any sense, knowing exactly how the Premier League works, and there are freaks like Pep, like Klopp, but for your caliber, your experience, and I'm talking about Ollie here as well, and maybe some other managers in the league as well, not just Ollie, but why would you want to buy so many young players if you knew you wasn't going to be there to see the full potential brought to the pitch? Because he's not, like you said, Ollie's not going to play Camavinga. He's not going to play.
That's the reality of this. That's the reality. What people, like someone saying there, come on, we've got Fred and McTominay. I understand we've got Fred and McTominay, but is Camavinga going to displace him when Ollie's in charge? So no. So why am I going to waste my breath? I thought Donny van der Beek was going to displace them too, but it didn't happen.
Yeah. No.
So why do you think that Camavinga, who's 18 years old, you got to think? I think people need to understand that talent is one thing, but talent for what other people see is another. When you go in, how many players are we seeing? You know what? He's going to go straight into our team now. I genuinely believe he's going to go straight in. Bailly is going to be a starter for Man United. And I know people are going to say, well, he's always injured, but there's also times where he's always been fit and he's not been picked. So the reality is, people, what other people seeing? What other, like the manager, what is he looking at? He's thinking, no, Camavinga, you know, I'll bring him on here and there. I'll see if he's tough enough. I'll see if he can handle a cold night against a Carabao Cup team. And if he's not ready, mate, nah, he's not good enough. You know, he's not physical enough. He's on the bench. That's the reality of.
Yeah, I thought you was going to use the old Stoke on a Tuesday night quote then, mate.
Well, Stoke on a Tuesday night in the Carabao Cup. We'll have them, you know, in
November.
September. We'll have them.
God.
And will he do that? I'm not sure. I'd go for more of a Jude Bellingham for me. If he wanted a player and I said, right, can he play men's football? Can he get in there in the Premier League and displace McTominay and Fred? Jude Bellingham would be my one.
That's it. It's like Paul said there, spot on Adam. Ollie not playing youngsters is why Bellingham went to Germany. He's a very, very, very good point, actually, because all we offered him was money. But Borussia Dortmund offered him game time and a chance to get into the England squad.
Yeah.
Like we said, the rest is history. We've talked about that before. Yeah. It isn't a good place for a youngster to be right now at United. It's crazy. Considering our reputation from our academy and what we've done, and how many players, and we hold on to this record about having an academy player in the matchday squad for God knows how many decades now, and it is brilliant. But these players now are at a stage where you'd expect them to be superstars because they're playing first team football for United.
Yeah,
and we're talking about Scott McTominay. Do you know what I mean? He's an academy player. We're talking about Rashford, academy player. These are all counting to this list. So it's not like we're bringing through the next best talent. We've got Rashford in here. We've got McTominay in here, who are very, very good players. But are they consistent enough for us to challenge?
Yeah,
and
that's the thing.
You're a young lad looking inside. You're Camavinga there, and you're going, am I going to play football, really? What?
No.
Because and this is what I worry about with Ahmad as well. Bringing him into the matchday squad, that stops him playing for the under-23s.
See what he said as well? You see what he said as well? He goes, I don't know if you see these quotes, but he goes, I know, things won't work out as what I would think, but he goes, I'm not going to change what basically, he's basically saying, I won't do the things that people want me to do. I'll just be me. So that might be a question to Ollie saying, you know what? I'm not going to do what you think that what Mason Greenwood does. That's not me. I'm not going to do what you think that Dan James does. That's not me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And if it's not good enough, then it's not good enough. So that's the kind of, that's another worrying sign of, that again, Amad Diallo's not going to bust a duck to go in the team. Like, if you see him in the training ground, he's doing flicks, he's doing tricks. He's always showing videos of him, like, just relaxing. He knows he's good. He knows it. But again, how much do you need to try when you've been bought for 40 million? How much do you need to try? If you're bought for 40 million and you're saying to yourself, right, I've got to try and make it in this team, then I think it's just bonkers, mate. There's this. I just don't know what Man United are doing, because at the end of the day, that 40 million, Adam, would it not have been better for Man United just to go and get a youth team player from the under 23s, promote him, and then bring Sancho in there?
That's it. I mean, because we're talking there, mate. We're talking about what we're scrimping and scraping in terms of saving on the Sancho deal, but we have obviously spent a chunk of that money already on Diallo. So for me, anyone who says we've saved money on Sancho needs to look at what else we've bought for exactly the same picture, same position in Diallo. And I'm looking at it going, because right now I'm looking at it every week on week, mate. And you say it's like, yeah, still early in the window, but it gets to a stage where you go, you know what? I'm looking ahead now. We're in July this week, and July is pre-season.
Yeah, it is.
And we've still not sorted the goalkeeper out, mate.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's number one?
Nobody knows.
Because I said it now. You know what the worst thing was, mate? That interview that Ollie did after the game in the Europa League final. I went, you know what's more annoying? And it's not the result. The fact that that's the last time he has to speak now, and we hear from anyone at the football club.
I know.
Now we just got to wait for announcements.
Yeah,
and it's easy for him to hide things. It's easy for him to get away with it.
And when the season comes in, a fresh start, isn't it? A season comes in, it's a fresh start. You know what I mean? It's one of them things where, and that's the worry for me. And I just think, someone says that United spend money but not wisely. That's exactly what they do. They spend money, but it's not wisely, is it? So I just look at it. I think I think Man United, there's not really a clear plan. We'll have to see. The month of July will be absolutely massive. But again, it's going to be 3 weeks until pre-season starts. So there isn't much time, is there? And when Ollie looks at the squad,
mate. First pre-season game is a week after the final of the championships.
Yeah, where's it? Derby.
Derby first, isn't it? Then QPR, and then we've got two. I think Brentford, then Everton at home. By the way, guys, there is VIP tickets at 60 quid for a friendly at Old Trafford if you want them. Oh, yes, there is, always. But, I mean, June's been a write-off in terms of transfers, mate, but we weren't expecting too much. But all the players that we're talking about leaving and getting rid of and getting money in the bank could have easily been dealt with and sorted, mate, because none of them have been in the Euros. Diallo got called up, but Jessie's not there. Mata's not there. Matic, Pereira, where's he? Guarantee he's not in that Brazilian squad, is he?
No, well, he's going to be back on that first day of training.
How the hell are we supposed to get all this turned around in less than a month? Because United can only do one transfer at a time. We know that. It took us 2 years to sign Sancho. So,
yeah.
I don't
Ferreira's a
understand
new signing, at least. Ferreira's going to be a new signing with a little bit of the blonde, you know what I mean? Blonde tie in his hair. You know what I mean? He's going to be ready for pre-season.
I never say Ollie in, Ollie out. I never go down that road. But if Ollie comes out and uses that line, it'd be like a new signing, him coming back to any of our loanees or players that have been on the fringe, then I'm done. I'm not having it. Because that, to me, would just be Glazeronomics and the absolute whipping boy that he gets stick for, that we've tried to back him against, but that is indefensible if he comes out with that statement.
Absolutely.
And if he did it and said it about Phil Jones, then I'd probably type out Ollie out, straight out. And you know what I'm like, mate? If he said it about Phil Jones, I'm done. It's finished me, mate. I can't handle that at all. It's a team full of failures, mate. Because this is United. In the last 4 years, we've won nothing.
Failure. That's what we are. Failure FC. And that's the reality, mate. And you just hope that the signings in July will come and it'll change all our minds, man. You just hope, you know what I mean? And that's the reality, mate. £60, mate. Crazy.
Do you know what, mate? Do you know what, mate? If we didn't buy anyone else, but we got rid of a load of players and we got a chance to see some of the youth players, I'd go, all right, you're looking ahead there. You're clearing the decks.
Yeah.
Maybe we can then look at bringing in some players. But while we've still got this massive squad, I don't think we're going to be able to make the signings, mate. I just don't see how we can do it.
No.
There's so many players you can get on a match day squad, mate.
I know.
And like I said then, if you're planning on picking Diallo, and everyone will be like, oh, Diallo's in the match day squad. Brilliant news.
Yeah, I know.
If he's in the match day squad, it means he doesn't play Friday night for the under-23s. And what chance has he got of coming on as a sub? And how much game time is the man getting? And how ready will he be when we do need him?
Exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing, you know what I mean? It's one thing, you know, put him in the match day squad. For what benefit, though? That's the reality of it, mate. For what benefit? You know, for him not to play consistent under 23s at least. See him maybe playing there. Maybe I might buy under 23 games and go. I think it's free for season ticket holders, isn't it? We might as well just go watch under 23s. Diallo can play there. Maybe Donny, you know.
Yeah, shoulder tie off. We've got McNeil there, Hugo.
Yeah,
so many players.
Yeah, I might go watch under 23s, people. You know, if Sancho doesn't make the first team squad and he has to prove his fitness over there, we might get to see Sancho in there.
Oh my God, can you imagine Joe Glazer's face if Sancho's not on that team sheet every single week? Oh,
you never know.
I mean, to be honest, Sancho's the only player I've seen recently in terms of transfers that I think will go right into the first team. But
you think so?
Do you know what? I'm actually thinking about it now. You know, when I go, Mason Greenwood doesn't deserve to be dropped.
No.
He really doesn't. Right now, you know what? Do you know what my front three would be? Start of the season.
Yeah.
It would be Sancho on the left, Greenwood on the right, and Cavani in the middle. That would be my front three.
That's decent, actually. I would go for Sancho on the left, Mason Greenwood on the right, and then, Cavani up top. I just don't think Martial will be ready. I think he'll be sold or he'll have to go somewhere, but I just don't see him in the plans anymore. I think, you know, Oliver likes Cavani now. That's the reality of it, mate. He likes Cavani. And I think that's what he's going to ultimately think about. But I just look at it and I think Mason Greenwood has to be in there for me. I just think he's a natural right winger that can do a lot of stuff for Man United if given the time.
Yeah, you know? James Bellew there says Martial, Greenwood, Sancho. Mate, Martial doesn't warrant a place in the team right now. Not to start off, he needs to earn his way back in. For me, he let us down this season in his personal performances. Injury aside, not good enough. Rashford's got to earn his way back in for me. I just think he needs to make his mind up. We talked about this in terms of the injury, mate. That's another stupid story on its own. But for me, you can't drop Greenwood. You can't drop Cavani. Two players, and Cavani's on form in Copa America as well. He's scoring.
Yeah.
And for me, he comes straight into the team. Problem is, mate, all these players are going to need resting. What players are going to be available on the opening day? I don't know.
Exactly. Who's going to even go pre-season? it's a shambles, isn't it, man? You know what I mean? I just don't know what's going to happen, mate. And half of them are not even playing in the Euros. You know what I mean? Most of them are on the bench. You know what I mean? Bruno Rashford are on the bench. Oh my God.
Oh, mate. I mean, we got enough forwards there, like you said, to just tell Rashford to go and get that surgery.
Yeah.
Go and get it,
go
mate.
Rashford get surgery. But again, if he's saying no, then again, you know what I mean? Who's going to be the one to say it? Is haven't got any leaders in the coaching staff? It's an absolute joke, isn't it?
That's it, mate. That is it. But, I mean, predictions for the big game tonight, mate. Are we seeing Bruno get some rest? Is he coming home early? Are Belgium doing it? What are we saying?
I think Belgium are going to do it, me. I just look at Portugal and just think, I think Belgium have got this one. They're more the stronger team.
I think it's just that midfield and forward line of Belgium's that scares me.
Yeah,
but then I look at the legends and that. It's just the Portugal team with he's fine, man. It's scary. It's a scare, and by a country mile, the best game of the tournament so far on paper for me. I can't wait to watch it. On that note, guys, we're going to leave the video there. Just let you all get settled in for this game. But quick shout out to Saeed, obviously, for coming on as always. Saeed, just give the people a shout out as if they didn't already know to get your
Saeed
channel.
Saeed TV on all the socials, Instagram, YouTube, and on Twitter. But yeah, man, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, anytime. Anyone who's unsure which or what Saeed just said there's his name right there. It's Saeed TV right under his picture there. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the game tonight. As always, we will be back in the week. Transfer Bollocks will be back in full flow, I'm sure, because there's going to be loads going on this week. Guys, like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're watching for the first time. Match day vlogs are coming back soon, guys. We're counting the days now. We're in July this week, and it's getting closer. But for now, we're out of here, people. Take it easy. Enjoy the game, and I will see you in the week. For now, bye-bye.
Peace.